Hey Evan, it's me, Evan. Let's talk about our spiritual beliefs because we're getting hung up on some shit. We're getting really pissed off, and a lot of finger flipping up in the sky. I had a big ass crying about a very ugly fit this morning. I haven't had one since I can remember. It's been, I think, a little over 6 months since he passed, and I feel like I've been making some improvements. However, I had a real huge setback today and woke up in a really shitty mood. I kind of went to bed in a crap mood, and I guess it carried over, so I must have been in a really crappy place last night before I went to bed. I fell asleep meditating, and I woke up this morning in a shit mood, and I did my everyday routine. Got up, took my pee, brushed my teeth, made my tea, and then came in here to made my bed, and yeah, I watched my daily reading for this morning, my 3 card reading, and it was all about this wonderful positive energy coming through, which I've been feeling, and how it's been building, and it's just gonna be super awesome. And for some reason, I just got more pissed off the more she talked about how positive this energy is, and I ended up shutting off my reading and throwing my phone across my bed and like slamming my body down onto my bed and screaming that I wanted my girlfriend back, and how effed up it is that I finally experienced real joy, pure, unadulterated, unconditional love from another human that was actually attracted to me, and then it got taken away in a sense. Like, she dies, and I'm like, what the hell? I finally have a healthy relationship for the first time in my life, like a healthy, actual, intimate relationship, and they dig me. They dig me even though I'm trans. There was never a discussion with her about my transness. It was never an issue. I never had to explain myself to her. I explained to myself one time, and I don't even remember what it was about. And she looked at me with this look, and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?" And I was like, "Doing what?" She's like, "You're explaining yourself to me. You don't need to do that ever again." And I was like, "Right. I don't know. I won't." And I didn't, and I never had to. I never felt the need to. And anytime I started to, she would immediately be like, eh, or I would be like, "Oh, that's right. I don't have to do that anymore." And so it stopped. I'm doing it again. Like, I'm doing it to my roommate, I'm doing it to my friends. It's like I'm reverting back to all these horrible habits that I had expelled before I met her. And one of my beliefs, I'm getting off subject, so I'm going to edit this. Yeah, my beliefs. So I believe in the universal laws, like the law of attraction, the law of oneness, stuff like that. I'm learning there was more than the law of attraction, and that there's apparently 12 universal laws, so I'm reading those and discovering what those are and learning about those. They're very interesting. Like I said before, I felt like I manifested her because I wrote down all the qualities I wanted in somebody. I started writing down and thinking of all the things that I would experience with this person, the things I would do with them, and the way I would engage them in this relationship. And then bam, here she was. I talked about all that. So yeah, I believed in all that, and I still do. However, I don't know if I do anymore, because the universe is throwing me signals. It's throwing me signals to stay positive and uplifted, and I'm like, oh, that's great. However, I just had somebody I felt very madly in love with die, and I'm grieving. And how the hell am I supposed to be happy and stay positive with bright, cherry, sunshiny crap when I'm fucking grieving? And I'm still grieving, y'all. Grief apparently has no time limit, according to my therapist. Like, the grief wheel and the grief cycle doesn't even follow its own rules. It does whatever the hell it wants. And I'm finding that out. Because I wasn't even done grieving the loss of my dad 2 years ago. And then I met this woman, and I was like, man, she's healthy as hell. we're actually both pretty healthy. We've done a lot of self work. I have a little stuff that I apparently need to work on. I'm doing that, and she was like, "Wow, you're doing pretty good considering your dad passed away 2 years ago." And I was like, "I still miss him." And she's like, "I can tell." I mean, I had moments where I would break down crying about my dad, and she was like, "Hey, it's normal. It's your dad. You miss him. It's only been 2 years. Like, you're probably gonna miss him every day for the rest of your existence," which is true. Same thing about her. I feel like I'm gonna be like, I just feel like it's gonna last forever. Does anybody, if anybody out there has lost someone dear to them and had a struggle in their spiritual belief, what did they do? What did y'all do? Please, somebody say something in a comment. Something I could read. I've been reading books. It's helping a little bit. I've been doing all the things that I used to do as a kid to try to find joy. Some of them happen to work, but I still miss her. And I still apparently am angry and feel like I got duped by this greater force that I call the universe. This force that I don't understand. My little human mind doesn't have the capacity to understand that stuff completely. I know what I believe, and it's really kind of tough for me right now to put faith in something that I also feel took something away from me. Is that what they call being between a rock and a hard place, I guess? So yes, men do cry. Because I cried today. So I guess I cry. I guess you do cry, Evan. I think I made a video a while back about crying and how it had changed, and no, I fucking cried today. I had a giant puddle-sized spot on my bed where water was falling from my eyes. A lot of water came out of these little eyeballs, and a lot of screaming, a lot of anger still. I wonder if there's a Griefanger wheel, kind of like the hangry, like you're hungry and angry. I wonder if there's a Griefanger thing. If anybody's thought of that word, grangry, I don't fucking know. I just know that I am apparently a little irritated. Apparently a little irritated that she's not physically here anymore. And upset by that, and saddened and feeling emotional about it. My friends say that I have made progress, so I will take their word for it. But today, after this morning, I don't know. Doesn't feel like it. I wanted to do a video in color to express the fact that I've actually had like consistent days of feeling pretty fucking good. But until I set a goal in my head, I should probably write it down. I guess that's how they come to pass, right? So I want to have like 3 days of just having fun and feeling good without feeling any guilt about it happening with her not being physically around, and knowing that that's really what she wanted from me, just to be happy. See, being all fucking the clip because I'm mad, fucking mad. Mad. I feel like my spiritual beliefs fucking pulled a rug out from under me. We just want you to know that you can be loved, Evan. So instead of just telling you repeatedly, we're gonna actually show you, and then we're gonna like cut the cord on that, and then you gotta figure the rest out for yourself. I guess that's life, right? There's no manuals. Nobody's made one. And every time anybody does, only so many people actually follow them. If anyone watches the reads, if anyone watches this video and has had or known someone who lost a spouse, boyfriend, friend, parent, sibling, anyone they were really close with or intimate with, they're in a relationship with intimately, and their spiritual beliefs were, in their opinion, tested or shaken, and they still ended up on the other side of their grief with their beliefs intact, please either thumbs it up or write something at the bottom so I know, because I am reaching out to everyone I know, and nobody really knows the answer. None of my close friends that I know of have experienced losing someone that they were intimate with. So they really don't have any kind of like answer really, other than they're just supportive, which I appreciate it dearly, because those people have gotten me through some dark nights. The loss of my father and the loss of my girlfriend. So yeah, so I thank them for that very much. Everybody, my roommates, my friends, my family. Gratitude. So yeah. Alright, man. Okay, Evan.